What's going on, guys? Welcome to Own the Chaos. My name is Brad Smith, and I talk everything over-the-counter stocks. It's what I find success in, and my primary purpose for this channel is to help you learn how to trade them as well. Now, welcome to my normal Stock Watch Sunday. If you are new to my channel, check out the comments over here with people checking in right now, but I also use that as a place for people to ask questions and whatever it is. It doesn't have to be anything directly related to what we talk about tonight. If it's something that you want to talk about, whatever question you have about stocks, over-the-counter stocks, trading, what have you, feel free to ask away over there, and I'll get to them towards the end of the video. Now, I will say, full disclosure. Okay, so before I get into anything, I live in a town, okay? And I live pretty much on the street. And so there's a street, and then there's like a dog park across there. There's a band playing. My town has a municipal band, and they play like, I don't know, once or twice a year. And tonight just happened to be the night. So if you can hear them, just, I guess, enjoy the background music. Hopefully you can't hear them and it's not too distracting, but it's quite funny. I just heard a lovely rendition of the Saints Go Marching In. Yeah. So anyway, if you hear that, that's what's going on back there. I'm not listening to the classical music or anything, but I was like, oh God, here we go. Yeah, they're playing right now. Hopefully you can't hear them. But I'm just laughing at it. But anyway, so 3 stocks to watch this week is some familiar faces. Guys, it's been slow, as you know. So a couple that are carrying over from last week, it's going to be LRDR and HIPH. As we saw, HIPH made a nice little run to the end of this past week. And we'll talk about that a little bit. And then REEI is going to be another one to just kind of keep on the radar. It's one of those ones that I like to call a dark horse. We'll just keep an eye on it and see what it does. They have a custodianship that I think might cause it to move a little bit if it all goes well there. So, yeah, so let's go ahead and get that started, and I'll welcome some folks here. I'm sorry, I can hear them very loudly. Hopefully, guys, you can hear it. Oh, yeah, by the way, I do have my pants on. You guys can, I actually have my pants on. That's a play on last week's video. I had a clever thumbnail. I thought it was great. I don't know what you guys were so up in arms about, but, you know, it's just, Listen, if you don't know the iconic scene from Risky Business and Tom Cruise dancing in his underwear, I mean, I thought it was the most clever thumbnail I've come up with to date. Since I've started on YouTube, that was probably the best thumbnail I ever put up. But, anyway, Alan, what's going on, buddy? Boomdog, what's up? Sharon, some familiar faces here. Josh, how's it going? Bob King, I say Josh, but that's this fellow down here. And Janet, good to see you as always. I thought it was great too. Yeah, see, I thought it was clever. You know, you got to see me in my underwear. What I mean, is there any other social media influencer out there that trades anything? I'm talking cryptocurrency, whatever, that you've actually seen them in their underwear? No, you have not. So you're welcome. Okay, you saw my nice pasty white legs in all of their glory. So consider yourself privileged, my friends. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started. So HIPH, and LRDR and REEI. So as always, let me shrink myself down here so you guys can see me. All right, and get the hell out of here. Move you on over. Okay. So the first one that I have pulled up is LRDR. Obviously, we saw this one had highs of up over 3 cents because of the potential news that, you know, with the new CEO being appointed. And there's always a cycle with this, right? So with all of these Joseph Acaro stocks, if you're not familiar with Joseph Acaro he's quite the mastermind at taking shells and building them up and then merging them with other companies, oftentimes multi-billion-dollar companies. And most recently it was a multi-billion-dollar company. So, looks like it's another one of those classic Joseph Acaro ones. They have a new CEO, came out with it, a supplemental information, a week and a half ago or so. I can pull that up for you real quick. So basically, Joseph Acaro stepped down, and then, as you can see here, Joseph Acaro stepped down. This Duho Park guy was a board of directors. Some people think that maybe he might be related to the merger that could potentially be coming up here. You know, of the Vietnamese persuasion. Now, all of that's all hearsay. I don't like to put too much stock in something like that, no pun intended. But here it is. You know, this is the steps that he goes. This is the cycle of a Joseph Acaro stock. So he steps down, appoints a new CEO, they merge with somebody else, and boom, it's an explosive stock. It runs forever. And again, I'm not saying that it will, but we've seen how just the reaction to that news caused it to jump quite a bit. And it has now settled back down. As you can see, this line I drew, this nice little support level, and at almost exactly at 2 cents. So if you're able to get in, maybe you sold a little bit at the top, maybe you were able to add more here at this pretty solid bottom support here, and we'll see what it does. This is a long-term play for a lot of folks. I know people that have been in this stock since January when it was trading at 000, so they are still ecstatic. I know people that have turned $800 into 17 grand on LRDR. So the stock's definitely got potential if this merger goes through, which I'm not saying it will, but if it does, it's going to mean huge, huge wins for people who are still in it and are looking to possibly get in. Like I said, this looks like a solid bottom support. If you can get in at 2 cents flat, I think you're in good shape. Again, it's just my opinion. And so LRDR, just wanted to touch on that one again. If you're trading Thinkorswim or something like that, you're going to be limited on trading this. They don't allow you to because of the DTC chill status it has on here still. But if you have E-Trade, I think Scottrade has, or Schwab, you can buy this on there. So you are limited on this one, unfortunately. But it is what it is. If you have an E-Trade account or Schwab, something like that, then you'll be able to buy this LRDR as well. All right, so HIPH. By the way, if you're not familiar, this is my community that I've created. If you guys can see this, and you're new, so this is WeTradeHQ.com. I'm using this to do technical analysis live, and anybody live while they're talking to me can comment over here, and it will pop up. Everything's all in real time. Everything is live. You can just do your technical analysis and chat with people all in real time. So if you're having trouble maybe identifying some sort of pattern or solid support level, resistance, what have you, you can chat over here if you want. People will be able to respond to you, and it's all happening in real time. Not only that, but we also have Discord incorporated with it, which is what you saw at the beginning when I opened up my browser. So here's Discord. I was sharing my video with our folks in our group. We have over 2,100 people within our group right now, worldwide, and so this is just that platform that we use. It's great stuff. We got awesome tools coming out with it on top of that, and so definitely check that out. All right, so HIPH. Oh my gosh, I don't know if you guys can hear that or not, but it's hilarious. I'm gonna pull you over here. Sorry, just want to make sure I could see you guys chit-chatting away. All right, so HIPH, I'm going to move on over to the, oh, of course I did that. I'm going to move over to the hourly, whatever. I'll just check in with you guys from time to time. So I'm going to go over the hourly here on HIPH. Again, this was one to watch. I told you guys to check this one out and watch it on last Sunday's Stock Watch, and it's ran quite a bit, well over 50% from when we first talked about it last week. And the reason is because a few things went on. So the CEO made a tweet about meeting with a lot of potential acquisition type partners and just getting some insight. He came back from Vegas, and that's really kind of what sparked this little bit of a run. But the other thing was too, and this is what I'm not really that much of a fan of, so you want to be conscious of this, is that this stock is, I strongly feel that it's diluting. Obviously, there's no way to prove that from the most recent filings, but it feels and smells and looks like it's diluting at least some. But if we look at the most recent share structure here, if we go and check out the share structure and security details, this is otcmarkets.com if you're not familiar with this, and you can check out any stock you want on and look at their profile. But you can see here that like the share structure is not that huge. It's not that big. And so I think, in my opinion, you know, this is still a healthy share structure. There's not like an insane amount of share dumping going on. And it's obviously still able to move quite nicely on not so much volume, to be honest with you, as compared to plenty of other stocks that are bloated and you know, just need tons and tons of buying power to move. So this is one that I really like. It's nice and liquid. I can get in and out of it easy. And so the reason, again, as I pointed out last week, was if you go to the news that was came out most recently, you can check to see. So American Premium Water has a hydrogen water that's infused with CBD. It's coming out, or it's being carried out. Their product's being launched tomorrow. I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted by the band over there. But their launch is coming out tomorrow. And so, as I stated last week, whenever there's some sort of launch like this, especially in a company that's been dormant for so long, you know, it's usually, historically, these types of things will run into that launch date. So definitely keep an eye on this on Monday. I don't think Friday was the end of it. But, you know, the nice thing about this is that, you know, yeah, while it's being diluted some, I don't think it's being diluted to the point to where it's going to be driven all the way down to some sort of like 000 stock like we've seen historically from other ones as well. You know, it's not like it's fighting to get to these levels. I mean, it just took very little buying power, honestly, to get this to move. And it looked as if VNDM, is the dilutive market maker, kind of peeled off of this a little bit on Friday as well. So we'll see. We'll see what Monday holds, and we'll see what, you know, after that launch, what happens with HIPH. Again, this is another semi-long hold for me. I might not sell my entire investment, or I might not sell my entire position here anytime soon. I might sell, you know, a little bit of it, but I don't see myself selling it within the near future. Just my 2 cents, my opinion on that. Next one is REEI. I had Twitter pulled up. I don't know why I didn't. But this was interesting. I had some folks pull this up. Some people that I, you know, trust. But REEI, they're going through a custodianship. And see if I can pull this up for you guys. While Twitter is not a reliable source that you should be doing due diligence on, there is a lot of good people out there that will share information such as Pacer and stuff like that you can check out and kind of back up and stuff like that. So Pacer is a document platform that you can go and check out business documents and that sort of thing, reinstatements. Well, not necessarily reinstatements, but like custodianships, if they're suing another company, that sort of thing. You can find that all on Pacer. So, and it costs quite a bit of money. It's a commitment to pay for Pacer and stuff. So people will share this kind of thing out there. And so their custodianship has been reassigned to the 28th. So that is Tuesday of this week. So it should be interesting to see what happens to REEI in the future now, or after Tuesday. Now I'll say that REI has been quite the slowly moving stock. There's not a whole lot going on as far as trade volume or anything like that going on. I mean, just like I said, this is why it's a dark horse for me. You know, oftentimes we'll see these custodianships, once the custodianship is granted, we'll see a nice little run. You know, you could probably make some short-term gains off of this, or if your risk tolerance is there, you could certainly hold on to this for a while to see what happens after that custodianship. But if I were to try to make some sort of entry on this, it's hard to really find anything. But I would say probably somewhere around this 0061, if you can make an entry there. If you're really feeling, you know, that this could go even lower than that. Whoops, shoot. Let me redraw this line here. If you really feel like it's going to go lower, then I think that maybe perhaps straighten that line out, man. That probably 0048 could be your next bottom play. You know, if you really wanted to get it down that far, or maybe even 5.6, but somewhere within this 4850 range to all the way up to around 61. That's probably going to be a nice little support if you're looking to make an entry in something like REEI. But again, like I said, unless some serious volume starts coming into this after the custodianship gets granted, I probably would end up staying away from it. But historically, when custodianships are out there, you just never know. They're kind of a wild card, like I said, dark horse type of play. But because it's so slow, this is something that I have on my radar that I might be watching intently on. So that's it. That's the 3 stocks that I have going on this week. So we have REEI, LRDR, and HIPH. So we'll see what they do. Obviously, LRDR and HIPH worked out very well after they were called out here on this channel after our Stock Watch Sunday. So let me rope us all back in here and just kind of see where we're at, see what kind of questions we have going on, see what you guys are feeling. And also, you can just let me know what you think. What's your opinions on it? Do you see what I'm seeing? Do you have a different point of view on that? So we'll see. So let's see here. Oh my gosh. I scrolled all the way back to the beginning. Somebody said they're in their underwear when they're watching me, so it was only fair. Boomdog, it's hilarious. Okay, let's see. NXTTF. We'll have to check that out. I don't know. I haven't heard anything of that one, but I'm not too big on foreign stocks. I've never just had any good luck with them. And I'm not saying that you couldn't have good luck with NXTTF. Looks like you're saying that they could be the Amazon of the MJ industry or the marijuana industry. The thing is, too, you got 2 things against you, okay? It's a foreign stock, which they don't always work out most of the time historically. And it's a marijuana stock. So there's so many marijuana stocks out there that are just diluting the market. And it's really difficult to find one that's really just going to take off. POTN was one that really actually, went somewhere in the OTC. But all the other ones, I mean, POTN, MJNA, those ones that they kind of actually did something, but the rest of them, it's kind of like meh, So we can do some due diligence on that if you want. But for me, the 2 things that turn me off already is that it's a weed stock and it's foreign. But we'll see. Ken says he owns HIPH. Yeah, looking forward to this week to see what it does. Can you talk about selling and buying strategies? I like all or none versus other options. So, yeah, so I kind of touched on this if you tuned into Friday's video about this on, how to manage risk. And if you're just starting out, buying and selling can be very tricky. And if you've never traded a day in your life, I would first off recommend you looking at paper trading through like Thinkorswim, or there's plenty of other tools that you can use to trade with fake money, or what we call paper trading, and get your feet wet. But as far as buying and selling, now you always want to try to at least get in on a bid price. And if a stock starts running, though, you're kind of forced. Your hand's kind of forced. If you really want to get into that stock, you might just have to end up slapping that ask price. But always try to get in on that bid price, and be careful about taking too much of a position. You don't want to put all of your eggs in one basket. I would never recommend buying into a position that's more than 20% of your portfolio size or your account size. If you're depending on the size of your account, I would suggest far smaller than that. If you say your account's $10,000, I would suggest 10%. If you had a $10,000 account, I would say I wouldn't trade any more than 10% of your account into any one position size. That way you can continue to grow that. Remember, if you have a smaller account, you're in account building mode. You can't be focused on hitting these home runs that maybe some people that have a higher risk tolerance than you do. You're looking to get in quick, get out quick, and move on to the next thing with a smaller account. So that would be my suggestion with buying and selling strategies. In a nutshell, there's obviously a ton we could talk about buying and selling strategies. But the other thing that Josh actually pointed out, that I go over a lot of that in my mentorship class. And I would also suggest that you get the course that I provide for you as well. It's actually down in the link. It's a link in the description for you. It's on WeTradeHQ.com. And if you buy within the next 24 hours, you will get 90 days of that mentorship free. What's going to happen is that you'll be able to join me from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern. It's the most volatile time of the market, and we can all learn together, and you'll learn from me how I find value in stocks and how I don't find value in stocks. And we've already had tons of success with that with the people that are in there, and you can talk to them here. There's quite a few of them here that are in my mentorship class, and they can attest to that. I think one thing that is just as important as finding a winner is making sure that you don't get into a loser. And so there's a lot of that going on too, where I'm just kind of like, I don't know if I would touch that one, and here's why. And so then I kind of break down why I think that it's, maybe it's a pump and dump, or, share structure is ugly or something like that. So check that out. The links are in the description for that. And up till this point, like I said, 90 days have been free for anybody who buys into that course. But I'm shortening it up to 30 days. So within the next 24 hours, so by midnight tomorrow night, Eastern time, you will no longer be able to get locked into that 90-day free mentorship. You'll only get 30 days of it, and then after that, it'll be $49.99 should you want to hang in there with us. Also, you get a free shirt. We have actually these. Our apparel store was just opened up this week for WeTrade HQ, and you'll get a free WeTrade HQ shirt. You've seen me wear it before. It's that white one with just says WeTrade HQ on it, and that way you get something tangible, something to hold in your hand once you buy a course from me. And it's another one of the things, like, I'll be able to connect with you guys in some sort of way. I just thought it would be cool to give away some shirts if you're interested in buying my course. Let's see here. AVOI looks like it's gradually moving up. I was able to get in at 014. Is there a reason for this move? Yeah, so there was some news that went on with AVOI. Let me just check while you guys are chatting. Just looking at OTC markets right now, and I'll pull it up if I think it's worth sharing. Let's see here. So here's the process. Let me just move you out. Actually, probably be easier to just do that. So let's see. We'll go into disclosures on AVOI and see what's been going on. Why does it say nothing? Shouldn't say nothing. I know you guys can hear that music. It's freaking hilarious. Yeah, I don't know why. I thought there was an AK or something that came out on AVOI. Could I be wrong? I thought there was some sort of news or catalyst or something that came out on AVOI, and I cannot find it. I don't think it would be just on Yahoo. Yahoo Finance is another resource that I use if I can't find something. But I thought there was some sort of news or catalyst that came out on AVOI, like a filing or something. Let's see. Yeah, nothing since July. That's weird. I thought something came out just recently on AVOI, and that's why it started moving again. But I could be wrong. You guys tell me. I don't remember. AVOI wasn't one that I was closely following, so it's kind of have to be one of those things that where, like, if you guys know that it's not something a ticker that we're not discussing, let's try to keep it more efficient. This Sunday stock watch. If you guys can, like, at least give me something, and especially if you're in it, you should know why you're buying it. So yeah, if you've been able to find something, at least share it with the group or share it with me through a direct message. I'd be happy to share with the group as well. What's the next step for MCGI? Are we waiting for 10Ks? Yeah, so we're still waiting on more filings for MCGI. They are not current still. They are working on that. They have been taking steps to getting current and have provided filings. And so MCGI is just still trying to grind those out, guys. It costs a ton of money to put filings out. A ton. You got to pay accountants. You got to pay the SEC if you're reporting to them. You got to pay OTC markets. All that stuff. It costs hundreds of thousands of dollars depending on how many filings you got to get out to bring a certain company current. AAGC, that was a pump and dump. Nobody else is playing that right now. It's a Bill Schaefer, crap stock. Everybody played the hype on that, and the bottom dropped out of it just like all of them do. And for me, AAGC is not one that I'm interested in playing. But 0004 Certainly sounds like it's rock bottom for AAGC, but we'll see. They said they had all this stuff coming out, and then nothing happened, just like they always do. It's super annoying, and you know, I don't know. It's just one of those things that I can't stand. Once I'm out, and I'm not touching AAGC again. Anyone see the cash into TGGI I put the other day? Company with BDCI. What do you make of it trying to revive it? We can take a look at that. Oh yeah, they filed a lawsuit against Apple. Yeah, but I thought there was something else after that. I mean, that's why it ran, and we're talking about AVOI here, Alan. For those of you who are watching, AVOI filed a lawsuit against Apple, and that's why it ran big time back in July. But since then, there was something else that came out, and I can't remember off the top of my head what happened recently. It was this month. You know, that big run was back in July. So this month something happened, and I can't remember to save myself. TGGI, though, we can take a look at. So you're saying the cash input into TGGI was a company that's with BDCI? We'll see. Let's see here. TGGI. TGGI. Disclosures. I mean, nothing's recent coming out. Oh, this one. Quarterly report. So how we would find this out, okay? If you're not... Obviously, if you have watched my quarterly report versus 10K, you know that this is the equivalent to what a 10K would be. Some companies just prefer a quarterly report. So we're looking at this. So other assets, BDCI. Holy cow. Yeah, so IGBK. Not sure what all that means. If we look here, we can control F this and search BDCI and see if there's anything else out there on BDCI. So there's that one and this one, investing activity. So maybe they're investing in them. I'm not sure. If they're investing in them and they're giving the money, then that's obviously a positive thing. But I don't see anything recently that's saying anything about it. But that is interesting to see this. Both of them. We can see both of these. Interesting stuff. What's their share structure look like? Oh boy. Share structure is ginormous. Look at that. Yeah, that's a hard no for me. I should have looked at that first. That's a hard no for me, big guy. 7 billion float, or 7 billion outstanding shares is not, oh yeah, 7 billion float. Sorry, look at this. That is a huge share structure. Do you have any idea how much buying power that'll take to move that thing, move that sucker? It doesn't matter if they got investors like that or not. It ain't moving anywhere. Not anytime soon. I should have looked at that from the get-go, but yeah. Anything that has a massive float like that, it's a hard no. Hard no for me, dog. That's a big no. All right. You got a million, yeah. So if you have a million shares of TGGI, I would just get rid of that shit. Sometime in the news, blah, 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 blah. They dumped shares into it, not money. They're not dumping money, they're dumping shares. So like if they are, you know, they have a bunch of convertible debt. In order to pay that debt off, they have to convert it into shares, which means that they're dumping shares onto you as the investor, and the piece of your pie of that stock is getting smaller and smaller and smaller. They're diluting the stock so more people can get in. So yeah. I'm just saying, because that's what it is. That's what it is. So, all right, guys, let me go over a couple things here. Looks like we're winding down. So, let's recap. LRDR REEI and HIPH were my 3 stocks to watch this week for the last week in August. And then, yeah, so the apparel store is, and let me share that with you too. The apparel store is live. I actually had that pulled up for a reason because I wanted to show you guys. Because so many of you have been asking about this. And I also want to let you know what our limited stuff was, because we are running out of certain shirts that I know that you are going to want to get in on. So, you know, and this isn't just a ploy for me to sell shit. It's just, you know, we literally have limited quantities of this stuff. So if you are interested in this type of thing, there's the men's version too. I just happened to click on the women's. This is hilarious because you guys, you know, wanted this shirt. You guys made this meme because you're making fun of me or whatever, which is fine. I just own it. You know, I think it's hilarious. And so we are very limited quantity of this. We only have a few left. So I would highly suggest that you get into that if that would be something you're interested in. We're going to have limited quantity of the specialty shirts, but you can check out other stuff. Like if you go into the men's section, there's all kinds of cool things. The baseball tee is probably one of my favorite ones. And this is actually the t-shirt you'll be getting if you purchase my course for free. So if you buy my course, you'll get that free mentorship. Plus, you'll get a nice cool looking t-shirt there. And you have my OTC stuff as well. And as time goes on, and you guys start to like this stuff a little bit more, we'll be able to do more stuff with it or whatever else. So if you're interested in that, I highly encourage you to check it out. And then back to the course that I have going on. The mentorship, the free 90-day mentorship that I've been giving everybody with the purchase of the course is being shortened down to 30 days. Okay, that number is only going to get smaller the more people and the higher demand that we have. It's just part of business. So 90 days, the 90-day free mentorship is going to be up. Your time is going to be up, Cinderella, by midnight tomorrow night. So if you are looking to get in and purchase that course and get that free mentorship for 3 months, which is valued at another $150, you know, you got to get in by Monday. So please do that. And then, Alan, you just ordered your shirt, dude. Are you serious? You just ordered it. It's coming, man. It'll be there. When you ordered it, it's 3 to 6 days is the turnaround time for that. So we don't have a pullover hoodie. It's just a zip up. You know, if there's a lot of people asking for a pullover hoodie, we can certainly get one out there for you. But it's just a zip up for now. So, all right. I think I covered everything. I think I got it all. Yep. Pretty sure I did. So if you guys are new to this channel and you learned something today, I certainly would appreciate you to subscribe to my channel. It would mean the world to me. And also smash that like button as well to show some love for Own the Chaos and WeTrade HQ. So with that, guys, as always, I will see you all before the bell tomorrow. And B. Smith is out. Have a good one, night. Have a good one, night. Have a good one, guys. What the hell's wrong with me? See ya.